let's see how successful the year was. I was trying to figure out what success meant from all this video. I've made over like 50 videos in this garage over the past 4.5 months. So if you're watching this, I'm refilming this right now because I don't think I was looking at the numbers right. What I'm trying to accomplish on here is different than you might be trying to accomplish. But if you're on a longer journey, that's what this is for. What I'm creating today, I don't expect to catch on for 2, 3, or 4 years. So I'm playing a very, very long game. I'm running a marathon, definitely not a sprint. So we're gonna dive into numbers, but we're gonna have a little bit of a philosophical conversation, and I'm gonna try to figure out what I actually learned over this first semester on YouTube. I've been teaching for 5 years, and I've been doing this exclusively since August after the school I was at closed down. It's a very short window, but yeah, there's some things that come through that I don't hear a lot of people talking about on YouTube of what really works, you know, these viral sensations, stuff like that. But if you're trying to go fast, I'm not your person. If you're trying to, you know, create something that, you know, you'll be happy looking back on in a couple of years and being like, whoa, I was really trying something. That's what I'm trying right now. So 616 subscribers, and looks like over the last couple of weeks, there's a 1,200 here. This is a new show that I'm doing for filmmakers called Decide to Do It. And basically it is a show where I interview filmmakers and I talk to them about what they're working on and how we can use our collective, you know, community to further the reach. So if you're a filmmaker and you have a finished micro budget feature, that's what it's exclusively for. So people that are self-distributing, people that are self-financing, I want to talk to those people. So that's what that is. And so this is a series called Notes to a New Filmmaker, and basically what that is things that I wish somebody would have said to me earlier. A little bit of a philosophical wondering, if you will. You know, I kind of pose a question, things like that. So. And then if you come down here, there's a lot of these other ones, the creative process. Those are longer form shows. Those are shows that I'm putting together out of a big project. And so those will be available in longer forms. They're slower. So I do uncut processes where I'll be going through and, you know, building something or editing something. So it's more so you can create alongside with me. And so those are slower processes. This is a series, how I self-distributed a $7,000 feature. So that is Seize the Carp. And that is a film that I was made for $7,000 in 7 days with less than 7 people. And yeah, I'm hoping by you watching these videos, you'll see that you can do that as well. I was pretty surprised. So if you come down here, trailers to my features and more things like that. So like I said, I've done over about 50 videos in here. So let's go into the analytics. And so I've had 45 new subscribers over the last month. So I'm average on this channel about 1 per day. So today there was 3, which was awesome. But it's like compound interest. So the videos that you did a long time ago are kind of coming back to the top, which is pretty cool. And then if you come into the actual content here, oh, my computer's freaking out. Here we go. You'll start to see what's actually gotten the most play. And so one of the things that I've realized is that the stuff that's popping up now with the most views are some of the very, very first things I put up. So it's like this compounding effect. So I'm thinking now that I have 50 of these videos going, if it does the same thing over the next year, that will be like a 50 times increase. So think about it that way. Just get a little bit better each time. If people are commenting, if they're thumbs downing, things like that, start thinking about why that is, why they're not clicking on it, etc., etc. If you come down here, there's also Adobe Premiere Pro for beginners. That is my most successful video, which was pretty cool. That's the very first thing I did whenever I found out the school was closing. I did that as a test in my house that I was in before I had to move. Yeah, pretty cool. And then it looks like there's how to write a movie or a screenplay in 20 minutes. I basically write a short film in 20 minutes. So you should check that one out. I do that a lot. It's a fun challenge for me to like write like a 1-page scene in 20 minutes and see if I can make a story. But so if we come back in here, now you can start seeing where everything's coming from, which is pretty cool. Shorts feed was driving a lot of traffic, so I can see that when I was putting the shorts up, that was actually working. But I'm more of a longs channel, so I just cut little snippets out of the I'm not making like straight to shorts. But the audience thing is very cool. A lot of United States, but you know, there are some people in here from India and Australia, Canada. So only about 41% is coming from the United States. So 60% of my audience is coming from other places in the world, which is very cool. So that's going to definitely push me, as well as like trying to figure out more film history from different places in the world and stuff like that. So let me know what you want to learn, because you know, those are blind spots for me, but I'm willing to go on the journey. A lot of people are watching on a computer, which I didn't realize. So I'm going to start thinking about how I can structure this more for that audience. So when you watch it on a computer, because I'm usually trying to structure it for TV, and TV is only 20% of the people that are watching it. So that's something good to know. From Shorts, there were 45 new subscribers that came from Shorts. So it's extra because I'm doing everything alone. So going from the longs to the shorts edits takes time. But I think I've figured out how to make it easier on myself moving forward, and make sure that I can get more of those little shorts out, because it seems like people really are enjoying those. Looks like this was over like the last kind of month. So 13, and then DaVinci, and then Adobe Premiere, and then write your first film today, and then notes to a new filmmaker, then add your film to IMDb, then everything's not for everyone. Everything's not for everyone is the least watched video on the entire channel, but it got 1 subscriber out of the 8 people that saw it. So it's like 10% of the people that are seeing it are subscribing. So that is definitely something that they would like to see. So now I got to figure out how to repackage that. Like, none of my short films or anything led to subscribers. And so what I found very, very interesting about it, and I kind of thought that this might be the case when I started it, is everything that you're providing for somebody else is actually the success. And I think that when you can flip your brain to that and see that when I'm providing, you know, something that I find a lot of joy in, you know, making movies, and I'm providing somebody else with that skill, I have no intentions. I'm not trying to sell you anything right now. I'm just trying to let you know that the things that I gave away were the ones that, you know, the audience saw that. And so give away more of your knowledge, give away more of your films, give away more of your art. Whatever you can give away, give it away, because hoarding it is doing nothing. And so if you're interested in a longer form of this video, I'm going to drop it right here. But basically, this is everything I learned over these kind of 500 subscribers. I wanted to put up a video of all the things that I learned over that process. So I'll drop it right here. But I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you have a great end of the year. I'm recording this on December 22nd. So that's what the numbers as of now. I look forward to reflecting on this a year from now. So I hope you have a great end of the year. Happy New Year. And we'll see you in January. Bye.